Steve Piet is speaking on, his title is Understanding Leadership Style. It's not enough to understand your leadership styles. One must adapt to the situation, the people, the group, the objectives, and the urgency. In his fourth time doing the Understand Your Leadership Style project, Steve is concentrating on what goals, objectives, and challenge he proposes for the Jack C High Club, the Toastmaster year from 2023 to June 2024. Help me welcome Steve Piet, Understanding Leadership Style.
You are a leader. Don't be ambivalent about it. That includes you, Michaeli. One of the things you do that demonstrates leadership of yourself is you set goals for yourself. We want to be leaders even of ourselves. Leadership is not about titles. And my favorite example is Mahatma Gandhi, who led India to freedom. He's known as the founder of India. And not once did he ever have a formal official title. So don't say that you can't lead if you don't have a title. Nonetheless, I find myself as president of Jack C High. We're going to talk a little bit about what I'd like to see us accomplish in the year that started July 1. And the occasion of this is doing the leadership project. It's a level 2 project. And first thing you do in the project is you go through and it asks you a whole bunch of questions and then gives you a score on 8 leadership styles. Drake, if you could pull up my first slide. There you go. So I've now done this project 4 times. What you see on the screen, and I'm not going to test you on the numbers, and besides, I'm going to send out all this information on various handouts. High is green, red is red. So there's the 8 different styles. Names don't matter. Different times that I've done it. You see the numbers go up and down, and it's still me. Okay, yeah, I've gone through a variety of changes over the last several years. I think all for the positive. The key thing here is not the numbers, not the names, is to adapt. When I take the survey, I find myself saying, well, it depends. So the real message on leadership is have a variety of styles, just like we have a variety of things we do when we're speaking, and adapt to the situation. If you could turn that off. So my title today is Learn, Serve, Enjoy. That's what Toastmasters should be about. We're all here in one way, shape, or form to improve our skills. You might particularly want to learn training skills, Bethany, and Sharon perhaps work on coaching skills. I think effective coaching is one of your paths. Now, if you can pull up the second slide. We have Toastmasters 11 education paths, and then something that's not quite a path, but it's called the Toastmaster Mentor Program, which is listed at the bottom. Again, the details will be out in handouts. And of these 11 or 12, if you count mentoring paths, we've got at least one member on each one of these paths, except for team collaboration. So next time I start a path, I'll probably do that just to see what's there. The message here is, as you're starting in Toastmasters or starting a new path, other than team collaboration, there's somebody who's already there. You don't have to be alone. Next slide. I have observed that sometimes people get stuck at level 4 or 5, including myself, because as we go up through the levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and 5 are more involved projects. Sometimes you need a little help, a little creativity. How am I going to do this project? What's the right way to get through it? For 2/3 of the paths, at least someone has already accomplished that in the various paths. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do a green field. You don't have to wander off into the wilderness by yourself. To finish a level can require anywhere from 3 to 5 speeches. It can require as much as 6 months of real time to serve in a volunteer organization for 6 months. That's one of the level 5 projects. Point being is everyone has the ability to finish 2 levels in a calendar year. But I'll set as a goal 1. Every person in the club, I really encourage you, finish at least 1 level in pathways this year. I finished a level 1 earlier this month. I'll finish several more. I'm in 2 clubs. That makes it easier. So use the education program, at least 1 level this year. Okay, turn that off. Because the program's there for you, and adapt it to your purposes. The way you do a level 4 project, Sharon, the one that you'll do after my speech, might be different than the way Drew will do it. Okay, fine. Adapt the program, adapt the different projects to what you need and what you want to get out of the experience. Service. I believe firmly in the concept of servant leadership, and everyone in this club is serving everyone else. When you prepare for a meeting, you are serving yourself, but you're serving the club. Our officers, Drake, Drew, DJ, Desiree, Sharon, Mick online, we are serving the club. So all of us want to serve. One way in particular you can serve is by being a mentor. Next slide. I'm making it difficult for Drake. I'm going in and out of slides. In the old days, when you just had people online, you could have a blank screen behind you, but that doesn't work on Zoom. We're all learning some of this online stuff. This is a table of our membership and who is a mentor for whom. There's a lot of blanks here. So my second goal or challenge to you is I'd love everyone in the club to either have a mentor, if you're relatively new in Toastmasters, or be a mentor. Either have a mentor or be a mentor, or both. Drake and Drew are the ones that we want to talk to. If you don't have a mentor and you want a mentor, talk to one of them. If you're not a mentor and want to volunteer to be a mentor, talk to them. And I'll make a request now. I'd like a mentor among our newer members. And I'm not joking on that. Years ago, we had an international director come to a district conference. This is over in Boise. And Jim Sultan, actually at the beginning of his speech, because he was talking about something going on in Toastmasters, he figured out who in the audience was the newest member. Walked up to that person and gave him the competent communicator manual and said, please evaluate me. And I watched him afterwards. He talked for maybe 40 minutes. Afterwards, he walked up and talked to that individual one-on-one to get the feedback. He wanted to hear how he came across to someone who was new to the organization. Let's go to the last slide. And then enjoyment. I want everybody to enjoy Toastmasters. I have a blast. That's mainly why I'm here. I'm retired. I don't have to be here. I want to pass on what I've learned. I want to keep refreshing and learning things here and there. I've been a Toastmaster 19 years. I am a far better person because of Toastmasters in so many facets of my life, other than maybe how I, sleep at night, but everything else in my life is better because of Toastmasters, and I want to help others experience that. So my challenges to you. Number one, earn an education award this year. Number two, be a mentor or have a mentor or both. Number three, I hope you find Toastmasters so enjoyable that you invite other people to join Jack C High Toastmasters. Give the gift of Toastmasters. Learn, serve, enjoy.